Okay, so before we start, let me tell you about a little mess. I cleared CLAT in 2021. I got a rank of 451. Then I joined Successful and taught Quants as critical reasoning for 2 to 3 years. So I hope all of you are going to give exam in December. Are there droppers as well here?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Yes.
Okay, so there are a lot of droppers. Okay. And anyone planning to give CLAT in 2025?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Sir.
Yes, भैया.
Yes, भैया.
भैया आप गूगल की टी शर्ट पहने हुए हो. हाँ भाई. Okay. So, sir, your voice is very low. Am I audible to all? Or is there any issue with my voice?
No, भैया. ठीक है.
No, sir.
Yes, okay.
It's okay, Bhaiya. Sound clear.
So since it's 9:05 now, let's start the session. Okay, so since it's September, I think you all have a basic idea about the CLAT exam, like the basic structure of the questions and how you need to prepare for it. So let me just share my screen. Okay, so is the screen visible? Let me.
Yes, Bhaiya.
Yes, भैया.
Yes, भैया.
Yes, भैया. Yes, भैया.
Okay, so if we talk about CLAT, so in 2021, I gave from 9 to 10 exams related to different colleges and different streams. The main were CLAT, IPMAT, DUJET, and in all three of them, the CLAT is the easiest one. Because when we talk about CLAT, the main focus of yours should be on the reading. It's your reading speed, how fast you comprehend a particular passage, that basically sets you apart from others. Because see, when we talk about these law colleges, they are not seeing whether you have certain legal knowledge or not. What they are trying to see is that whether you have the ability to read a particular section quickly and comprehend it as well in a short span of time. So that's what you should focus on. They are not going to ask you about these particular sections, like what does section 300 of IPC states or section 9 of BNS states. All they want is that if you are given a particular legal situation, like A killed B, then what is the punishment that A is going to face? So that's what you need to focus upon. When I was preparing, there were many who were just going through these bare acts and all, trying to memorize all these sections. It's never going to help you in CLAT. Even AILET as well. Because if you see the question paper of CLAT or AILET or MHCET, they never ask you these particular legal questions like what does this particular section state. What they do is they give you a particular passage, like if we talk about CLAT 2024, let me just scroll a little. Yeah. So here we have a passage on the Press and Registration of Periodicals Bill 2023. So in this particular passage, they have given you a gist about this particular bill. They have told you about what this particular act is about, what its aims are, and why this particular bill was introduced in the parliament. Then on the basis of that particular passage, there are these questions. So you don't need certain, extra knowledge about these legal barracks or other things. All you need to understand is how you need to particularly read this passage, understand the nuances related to that particular passage, and then answer the question after comprehending the passage. I hope I am clear. Does anyone have any doubt? Please raise their hand. Okay, so Arya, you go first. Clear? Anyone else? Okay, so moving ahead. Now this time it's my college only which is going to prepare the CLAT exam for 2024. And as far as I know my college, there are going to be certain surprises for you all. So please focus on legal. Try to practice more and more questions. And then the easiest way, to prepare for legal is there is this book of Pearson's. Which college? National Law University, Mumbai. So the easiest way to prepare for the legal reasoning subject is that pick up this book, which is Pearson's. There are basic idea about each subject or each important subject which is related to law. So go through them. Then there are certain practice questions, and there are one-word questions as well. Those helps a lot because it has to give you a clear understanding about a particular subject. Like if there is a topic related to murder, then there is going to be a whole table regarding how culpable homicide is different from murder. What are the certain intricacies or the nuances that sets murder apart from culpable homicide? What are the various punishments? Now you don't need to remember, like for culpable homicide not amounting to murder, this is the punishment. You don't need to remember all that. All you need to do is just have a clear idea about what murder particularly is and how our judiciary interprets various sections related to law. Is this clear? Okay, so Swati, you have raised your hand. I'm going to come to quant section. Kamal Raj, you have raised your hand. Something?
Hello, sir. Hello.
You are not audible.
Hello. Hello.
Heck, your hand is raised as well. Do you want to say something?
हेलो
हाँ, Kamal Raj, now you are audible.
हाँ सर, तो एक्चुअली मैंने जो लेक्चर देखे थे ना आपके सक्सेस बोर्ड के, तो
हाँ जी।
उसमें गोविंद सर ने कहा था कि पहले है ना क्वेश्चन फिर पैराग्राफ पे जाना, बट मैंने लीगल में ट्राई किया पर ये मतलब वर्क नहीं कर रहा है थोड़ा सा,
हाँ जी।
क्योंकि तो मतलब एक्चुअली में लीगल को अटेम्प्ट करने का मतलब तरीका कैसे है?
जी जी
आप
जी।
ठीक है.
Okay, so Kamal Raj, everyone has their own approach. Like if I talk about Govind Bhaiya, what he used to do is he used to go through all 5 questions first. He gets a basic idea about what those questions ask, and then he go through the passage, get a gist of it, and then attempts the question. See, though you need certain practice to do all this in a short span of time, but how does it help is that before you approach the passage, you know what you are looking for. Like there is this map in your mind and it has underscored these certain points. Like the question one is asking this. Now I need to find this in the passage. So it gives you a structured approach to approach the passage. But I have a different approach than Govind Bhaiya. What I used to do was I used to dissect the passage. Like I used to quickly go through it. The first part speaks about the basic gist of a part. If it is related to a particular act, like I used to dissect it. Let's say if there are 3 passages, I used to make a map in my mind. Like the first passage talks about the particular basics of the act. The second section or the second passage talks about how this bill is important in the current scenario. And the third passage talks or gives a basic conclusion to the above 2 passages. I used to do this. So everyone has their own approaches. So what I would recommend is try all these methods, try to practice questions and see what suits you the most. Is it clear?
Thank you, sir. ठीक है सर.
Okay. Kashish, your hand is raised for quite some time now.
सर यूटी में बहुत प्रॉब्लम आ रही है.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी। मैं एक बार बस थोड़ा सा एक बेसिक आइडिया बता रहा था सब सेक्शंस का, फिर क्वांट्स पे ही आऊंगा मैं अच्छे से।
सर प्रैक्टिस बुक बता दीजिए लीगल के लिए और आरसी के लिए।
हाँ जी, बेसिक लीगल और चलो उस पे भी आता हूँ मैं, ठीक है, एक बार थोड़ा सा और समझा के फिर उसका क्लियर करेंगे। ओके, सो आई होप आपको अब बेसिक आइडिया आ गया हो, लाइक हाउ यू नीड टू अप्रोच दिस पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन, हाउ यू नीड टू प्रैक्टिस। सो पियर्सन्स करना, उसमें वन वर्ड्स काफी ज्यादा दे रखे हैं। उनसे क्या होगा, देयर इज गोइंग टू बी अ कंसेप्ट क्लैरिटी इन यू व्हेन यू अटेम्प्ट दोस क्वेश्चंस, and it is certainly going to help you in other law exams as well, if we talk about AILET, MHCET, or even LSAT. Okay, so अब एक बार क्वांट्स पे आ जाते हैं। अब क्वांट्स का मेन चीज क्या है, दे आर गोइंग टू बी 10 to 15 क्वेश्चंस इन दिस पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन। और क्वांट्स के लिए एक गुरु मंत्र जो होता है वो ये है कि तीन टॉपिक्स होते हैं, वो तीनों आपको अगर अच्छे से आ रहे हैं देन यू कैन इजीली अटेम्प्ट 8 out of 10 क्वेश्चंस ऑफ क्वांट्स और 12 out of 15 क्वेश्चंस ऑफ क्वांट्स। You need to have a strong base in three topics, which are ratio, percentage, and average. क्वांट्स तो हो जाती है लेकिन टाइम लगता है। हाँ, मैं चैट बॉक्स में लिख दूंगा निहार जी, जो मैंने बुक रेकमेंड करी थी। तो क्वांट्स के लिए बेसिक सबसे पहले आपको क्या जरूरत है, व्हाट आई यूज्ड टू डू वाज दैट प्रैक्टिस अरिथमेटिक मैथमेटिक्स। Like when we practice arithmetic mathematics, now there are certain shortcut formulas in arithmetic mathematics or Vedic mathematics related to multiplication, division, and even addition and subtraction. हाँ, अभी मैं उसी प्रॉब्लम को डिस्कस कर रहा हूँ, that how you can solve these DIs quickly. So whoever is taking a lots of time is basically spending a lot of time on this particular section, try to attempt certain questions related to arithmetic mathematics. YouTube पे भी काफी सारी वीडियोस मिल जाएंगी, और मैं प्लान भी कर रहा हूँ कि वैदिक और अरिथमेटिक उस पे मैं एक दो क्लासेस लूँ। सो उससे क्या होता है, नाउ देयर आर सर्टेन शॉर्टकट्स which Vedic mathematics teach you related to division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. And believe me, they help you a lot in this particular section. क्योंकि क्या होता है कई बार, if there is a hard calculation, then and you are taking a lot of time, let's say it's a question for which you have planned to give 1 to 2 minutes and it's taking more than 3 to 4 minutes, so it is going to certainly have an effect on your confidence as well. उससे क्या होता है, बाकी का भी जो आपका पेपर होता है वो खराब जाता है। तो अगर आपको ये बेसिक आइडियाज हैं कि बेसिक शॉर्टकट्स आपको पता है रिलेटेड टू डिवीजन, मल्टीप्लिकेशन एंड इवन दीज थ्री टॉपिक्स ऑफ एवरेज, रेशियो, प्रोपोर्शन एंड परसेंटेज, तो काफी आसानी से हो जाता है क्वांट्स का। एंड ये याद रखना, क्वांट्स के सेक्शन को हमेशा लास्ट में अटेम्प्ट करना, बाकी सब हो जाए। 15 क्वेश्चन होते हैं, 10 से 15, अगर 2-3 क्वेश्चन वो मिस भी हो जाए तो चलता है, क्वेश्चन सोल्व हो जाते हैं। बट कभी कभी केस की लैंग्वेज ट्विस्ट कर दे। हाँ जी, सो ये इशू हमारे उसमें सबसे पहले आया था कि जो लीगल का वो था, सेक्शन था, certain passages have these hard legalese which was certainly difficult for many to understand and comprehend the passage. So उसके लिए मैं बोला था कि if you have gone through that Pearson's book I recommended, you are going to have the basic idea or gist regarding these legalese. So it is certainly going to help you to understand the passage as well, like what the passage is exactly saying, if you have practiced those questions which are given in Pearson. Certainly you have to attempt or solve many passages related to legal as well to have this basic gist. Okay, so legal clear हो गया सबको? Bhumika, you have raised your hand.
Yeah, can I ask some questions?
Okay, can you please ask after Bhumika? She has raised her hand.
लीगल का सेक्शन देती हूँ ना, तो उसमें मतलब कि एक दिन में कितना देना चाहिए?
वो आपकी प्रिपरेशन के ऊपर होता है। सबके स्ट्रॉन्ग होल्ड्स होते हैं, सबके वीक पॉइंट्स होते हैं। तो मैं तो ये मानता हूँ दैट इफ यू हैव दिस पर्टिकुलर वीक पॉइंट, यू नीड टू commit more time of your day to that particular subject, whether it's quants, critical reasoning, or legal.
बट भैया टाइम बहुत ज्यादा लगता है, जस्ट लाइक ऐसे 50 मिनट लग जाते हैं या 40 लगते हैं कभी कभी।
हाँ, वही वो टाइम मैनेजमेंट थोड़ा सीखना होता है कि एक टाइम टेबल बना लीजिए, लाइक इफ आई एम वेकिंग अप एट 7 a.m. देन आई एम गोइंग टू प्रैक्टिस क्वांट्स फॉर 7 to 9, then from 9 to 10 I'm going to solve questions related to critical reasoning. So उस वे में एक टाइम टेबल आप बना लोगे अगर अपने वीक पॉइंट्स और स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट्स को रखते हुए सामने, तो आसानी से हो जाता है मैनेज टाइम।
एंड लास्ट क्वेश्चन इज दैट कि मतलब कि मॉक स्कोर में बहुत कम आते हैं लेकिन सेक्शनल में आते हैं मार्क्स।
हाँ, एक्चुअली ये इशू भी काफी हो आता है, तो उसके लिए क्या करना चाहिए? सो द मेन इशू which leads to this discrepancy is that when you solve a mock, you are trying to attempt all 5 sections at once. So what happens is that your concentration level certainly decreases with the phase of time. So you need to practice more mocks continuously to solve that particular problem.
And so my doubt is that what should be the series of attempting the mock? Like some people say that आपके पहले जो स्ट्रॉन्ग सेक्शन है उसको पहले करना चाहिए, उसके बाद वीक को करना चाहिए, बट कुछ बोलते हैं कि लाइक तुम्हारे जो वीक सेक्शन है तुम उसको बाद में जाके तुम फेड अप हो जाते हो, इसलिए और नहीं कर पाते, इसलिए उसको पहले करो। तो मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा है लाइक व्हाट शुड बी द सीरीज ऑफ इट।
Okay, so everyone has a different approach. If I talk about mine, I used to attempt English first, then logical, then legal, then GK, then quants. See, if you attempt these three passages, these three sections first, that's my theory, okay? So if you attempt English, CR, and legal first, then you are going, even if you have committed, more time to these particular three sections, then you can plan the other two sections accordingly. Because if we talk about current affairs, there are going to be many questions which you can easily solve without even reading the passage. So let's say you planned, now the CLAT exam is for 2 hours. You plan to give 1 hour 20 minutes to the first three sections, and then you thought about solving the other two sections in 30 to 40 minutes. But the section, let's say the critical section, was really tough. The difficulty level was high, and you gave a lot of time, or a lot of more time than you have expected to that particular section. So now the things are not going as per your plan. So you can improvise accordingly in the other two sections. Because current affairs ka sections मैंने कितने में? I solved it in around 10 to 15 minutes when I was given CLAT. So दूसरे जो sections होते हैं जीके का और क्वांट्स का, उसमें आप इम्प्रोवाइज अकॉर्डिंगली कर सकते हो. That is my theory. You can have yours. So try to attempt in this way. Let's see if it helps or not.
Okay, and so my second doubt is that like मुझे इंग्लिश में कभी कभी ठीक हो जाती है एक्यूरेसी के साथ, बट कभी कभी इतनी सिली मिस्टेक हो रही है तो मुझे समझ नहीं आया इसको कैसे कर्टेल करूँ, कैसे रोकूं भाई।
Again, it's all about concentration and practice. The more you practice, the more these silly mistakes are going to decrease. So try attempting more of these English passage questions. For that, I can recommend a book. It's for CAT, the reading comprehension. Arun Sharma is the author, if I'm not wrong. It's a really nice book. You can try that.
Okay, thank you so.
Okay. So Anushka, you have raised your hand.
यस सर। भैया ये मेरे को प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है कि जब भी लॉजिकल रीजनिंग करती हूँ तो फिर जितने भी क्वेश्चंस होते हैं उससे आधे से ज़्यादा तो गलत ही हो जाते हैं, और लीगल रीजनिंग में सारे मतलब मोस्टली क्वेश्चन सही हो रहे हैं, और लॉजिकल और क्वांट्स बिल्कुल खराब चला जा रहा है।
हाँ,
क्वांट्स तो तब भी ठीक ठाक जा रहा है, बट लॉजिकल तो बहुत वल्नरेबल स्टेट पे है। उसकी प्रैक्टिस भी करती हूँ।
जी जी। So again, मैंने जैसे बोला था, everyone have their weak areas and strong areas. So for you, critical reasoning is the weak area. So for that, there is this book, MC Grail. It's for GMAT. You can try that book. So before attempting or practicing questions, try to have a strong edifice of CR. Try to understand all these concepts again. Then try to attempt those questions. You are certainly going to have a better accuracy then. I can share that book if I have it. I think I have it. I will share it with you, okay? On the group.
Thank you, भैया.
Okay. So anyone else? Kritika ji, your hand is raised.
सर आई हैव अ डाउट दैट मैंने अभी तक क्यूटी शुरू नहीं करा है. लाइक 2-3 महीने पहले मैंने लेक्चर्स कर लिए हैं क्यूटी के परसेंटेज रेशियो और एवरेज के. उसके बाद से मैंने क्यूटी करने की कोशिश की. मैंने डिसाइड करा कि मैं 1.5 आवर डेली क्यूटी को दूंगी. बट मैंने प्रैक्टिस भी किया, लेकिन इट्स लाइक कि 1.5 घंटे में मेरे से 2 से 3 क्वेश्चन ही हो पाए बस. लाइक आई एम वेरी वीक एट क्यूटी. तो पहला तो इशू ये है. दूसरा, हेलो,
हाँ जी बोलिए, यू आर ऑडिबल.
दूसरा इशू ये है कि लाइक मेरी मैथ्स हमेशा से वीक रही है, और मैंने उस 1.5 घंटे में बस 2 से 3 क्वेश्चंस प्रैक्टिस किए हैं. डीआई भी बनाना अभी नहीं सीखा है मैंने, और फिर इन सब चीजों में बहुत ज्यादा टाइम लग रहा था, तो फिर मैंने छोड़ दिया करना.
Okay, so what I would recommend is that just don't practice questions as of now. Try to understand the concepts first, have a stronger edifice in the quants, and then try to solve the questions. And for the same, again, go through the concepts of ratio, percentage, and average again. Have a basic understanding of Vedic mathematics, as I have suggested earlier. Try to understand how you need to solve these questions. Try to understand these certain short tricks, which are for each particular question of each particular topic. There are many, believe me. If you pick up a book, let's say R.S. Agarwal. In R.S. Agarwal, there are 5 to 6 shortcuts for each question of each topic. So go through it first and then try to attempt questions.
Okay.
Okay. And again, focus on ratio, percentage, and average first. Then go through other topics.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
No issues. Ishita ji, your hand is raised.
हाँ यस सर. सर मेरा फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ये है कि है ना, डीआई को मेरे को मतलब सॉल्व करने में प्रॉब्लम आ रही है. मतलब मैथ्स तो मेरी फिर भी ठीक है, बाकी वो उसको क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने में प्रॉब्लम आ रही है.
Okay, so
लैंग्वेज को न्यूमेरिकल में कन्वर्ट करने में थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है मेरे को.
Okay, I understand that. So for that, again, you need to first go through the concepts of mathematics before attempting DI. And then for DI, you can go topic wise. Like initially you can do the DIs for average, because if we talk about average, the language is quite easy when compared with ratio or percentage or other topics. So try to attempt questions of average first. Try to understand like how you need to structure a particular DI before attempting it. Try solving these single line questions first rather than DI, and then go to DIs. Then once
सिंगल लाइन तो हो जाते हैं.
हाँ जी
सिंगल लाइन तो इजीली हो जाते हैं, पर वो डीआई को कन्वर्ट करने में प्रॉब्लम आ रही है.
So I would recommend that you go and attempt DI topic wise. Try to attempt questions of average first, then percentage, then ratio, and then go to other subjects. Okay. Then you can attempt next once you have a basic
स्किम
understanding.
रीडिंग कैसे करना है सर? स्किम रीडिंग कैसे करूँ पैसेज को? स्किम रीडिंग.
Okay. So if we talk about skim reading, उस पे थोड़ी देर पे आते हैं. अभी क्वांट्स ही चल रहा है, तो उसके बाद फिर रीडिंग पैसेजेस पे जब आऊंगा तब बताता हूँ.
ओके, थैंक यू.
No issues. कार्तिकेया जी, your hand
Yes,
is
yes, sir.
quite some time.
सर एक मतलब क्वांट्स की सीक्वेंसिंग के बारे में डाउट था कि मैं पहले हमेशा लॉजिकल और लीगल कर लेता हूँ, उसके बाद मैं एक पैसेज क्वांट्स का करता हूँ, फिर इंग्लिश अटेम्प्ट करेंगे, फिर आखिरी में एक और पैसेज क्वांट्स का करते हैं. तो क्या मतलब ये ठीक रहता है? क्योंकि सब लोग कहते हैं लास्ट में अटेम्प्ट किया करो.
हाँ जी, देखिए, again everyone has their own approach, but according to me you shouldn't do it, because see, the thing is, if you are attempting the questions in this particular manner, first of all it is going to confuse you a lot. You are going to be perplexed like how you need to fill the OMR, and you are going to waste a lot of time on that only, because when we see OMR, there are a lot of chances that you are going to mark, let's say you need to mark for 77 question first. But if you are doing questions in this way, there are chances that you mark 76 instead of 77. Believe me, I have seen students who have done this mistake. So have a
मॉक में मेरे
secret
साथ होगा
first. Even if you want to do quants first, then attempt all questions of quant first. Then jump to other topics or subjects.
ठीक है
Okay?
थैंक यू
No issues. Sonal, your hand is raised.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था, मतलब जैसे आपने बोला रेशियो प्रोपोर्शन एवरेज वगैरह मेरा हो जाता है, बट क्या होता है ना, जो मॉक पे क्वेश्चन आया है वहां पे मतलब अगर टफ आ गया क्वेश्चन तो वहां पे नहीं हुआ सॉल्व, घर आके मतलब कोई मेरे को समझाएगा या सॉल्व करेगा तो समझ में आ जाता हो गया, सॉल्व हो जाएगा। वो मॉक के समय पे नहीं हुआ। ऐसा नहीं आता है, टॉपिक्स आ रहा है बट उस समय नहीं आया।
For that, I would recommend is, okay, so for that, what you can do is form a group of, let's say, 5 to 6 students, okay? Get together, try to attempt a mock there, try to create an environment which is, similar to the exam center. Then you are going to face certain anxiety and all. Try to tolerate all of them and attempt questions, because the main issue that you are facing is that while you are attempting a particular mock in an examination center, you are getting anxious and confused, because of which you are making these silly mistakes, which you can easily solve once you are home. So try to recreate that environment at your home only and attempt questions. This way you are going to be habitual of facing that anxiety or confusion.
Okay, I have that anxiety, I know that. मतलब 4 लोगों के साथ में बैठ गए, I can't solve.
Definitely, I completely understand that.
Yeah.
I have faced a similar issue at the time of my preparation, so I know.
And sir, I had a doubt. जैसे मैंने रेशियो एवरेज और परसेंटेज कर रखा है, तो उसके अलावा भी जो चैप्टर्स है करूं उसमें?
See, topics तो काफी सारे, like there is CISI.
नहीं,
but-
जैसे 2023 में अपना
में-
मेंस्ट्रुएशन आया था ना,
Sorry.
2023 के पेपर में menstruation has come.
Mhm.
So that's what I was thinking. Should I do or not right now?
No, you should definitely, because there is not going to be a particular list of topics when we talk about maths. You need to have a basic idea of all these topics, whether we talk about simple interest, compound interest, mensuration. In 2020 paper, I still remember there was a question from geometry. So yes, so that's there.
Okay, so I don't like these simple interest and all. So I have not done yet. So I have to start. That's what I was asking about. So I've done all these main topics. So I've done, because I'm in a coaching center where they give from percentages ratio and mensuration ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा. उससे ज़्यादा they don't rarely so.
Okay, so you don't need to go into the depths, okay, of a particular topic. Just have a basic gist. Like if a question comes, then you can, let's say there are 5 questions and you just have a basic gist, then in CLAT you can easily solve 2 to 3 questions. It is certainly better than, not even attempting a particular DI.
Yeah, true.
So if
I
you
want to attempt quants. So
practice
yeah.
all the topics, just try to have a basic understanding of a particular topic. Like for SI, this is the basic formula. For CI, this is the basic formula. This is a shortcut which can be used in most of the questions related to this particular topic. So try to have that and solve.
Okay.
Okay.
And for any resources rather than your videos?
What? Can you
Any
please?
resources you would refer rather than your videos?
Okay, so for quants,
It's too tough question, but yeah, I want.
for quants, I would recommend.
Because I need only basics, so you can understand. Yeah, not
I
so
know
deep.
if there are still